What if your body was a gift and contribution to your life and not something that you've been stuck with? What if your body could change quickly and easily? Right Body for You will inspire you and show you a different way of creating the body and the life you truly desire. Now here's your host, Donnielle.
And welcome to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle. I never know whether to say this is Donnielle or I am Donnielle. I know. We should explore that one day. Who am I? Am I Donnielle? Or this is Donnielle? All right, sorry, random. I also just pre-recorded the show, Can You Literally Laugh Your Ass Off? So, you know what? I am still laughing my ass off. Christine MacGyver, my producer and radio show host extraordinaire, just were chatting and talking, and we were laughing. So, yes, this show will air. Oddly enough, the last show was airing as I was on a plane to India. This show airs as I'm on a plane leaving India. So, laughter on the way to India to do a Right Body for You workshop. And this one is after the Right Body for You workshop in India, which I'm sure I will have a good time at the Right Body for You workshop in India. I can pretty much safely say that because, you know what, I always have a good time. And, you know, that's really all my targets with the Right Body for You workshops is fun. Because if I have a point of view about the people in my classes changing, then I actually lock up what's capable for them. And, you know, that might be a fun topic for another time. But today, that is not the topic. Today, the topic is the earth calling your body? Okay. What if there was a connection between your body and the earth? How does your body feel when it goes out into nature? And what if that pain in your body is the earth knocking at you, asking for contribution? And, you know, and what's interesting is this topic has been knocking at me for quite a while. We have actually had 3 different air dates for this topic. One prior to this, one after this, and oh, look, now it's finally here. It's been interesting, the journey that just this topic has taken. Because bodies and earth, it's actually an amazing symbiotic, you know, relationship. And so often we don't look at the giving and receiving from the earth. You know, you go out into nature, you feel better. Well, what if earth can feel better from us as well? You know, we're always thinking, oh, well, we're destroying the earth. Well, how much of our point of view of we're destroying the earth is actually destroying the earth? What if we could just shift that point of view and our earth could actually feel better? Okay. So bodies and earth is one of my favorite topics, and we go into it a lot in the Right Body for You workshops because, interestingly enough, quite often a lot of pain in your body is actually from the earth asking for contribution. Okay? So let me repeat that one more time because I know some people just went, what did she just say? It's like, okay, so what if some of the pain, suffering, and actual disease in your body is the earth asking for contribution from you and your body? Okay? And everything that brings up, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, apocalypse, shorts, boys, and beyond. Woo! A little bit of energy on that. And if this is the first time you've listened to the Right Body for You shows, welcome. Thank you for sticking around through the nonlinear insanity that we tend to have fun with. And that was an example of the Access Consciousness verbal processing. And Right Body for You is actually a part and division of Access Consciousness. And so we use the Access Consciousness energetic tools. And Access Consciousness energetic tools is really about allowing the energetic blocks and limitations that we have that somewhere we decided was a good idea, and it's stopping the creation generation of our life and our body. And by creation and generation, I mean like it changing or things coming to fruition. what if there were energetic blocks that were keeping that in place? And so the access consciousness verbal processing assists with that, even including your body. Somebody said -1. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But anyway, so if you want to learn more about that, okay, apparently my producer says no, only I heard -1. Great. The voices in my head are coming out in my headphones. How does it get any better than that? All right, so everything that brings up the story and created from the bad bug on nature's boys and beyond. If you want to know more about the access consciousness verbal processing, you can go to theclearingstatement.com, because the clearing statement is what is all that gobbledygook and strange words I just said, which is actually just a bunch of short speak for a whole long page of things. You can go there and learn more about it. But you don't have to know what it is for it to work. You just have to be willing for things to change. And so why am I talking so much about the verbal clearing statement? And some people are like, I've heard it, I know. And other people are like, oh, cool, that's that I should go learn more about that. Because everything is energy, okay? This is why the access consciousness tools are so dynamic. It's because it actually works on the energetic level, okay? So why am I talking about energetic level with bodies and earth? Might there not be a connection there, okay? And, and I'm talking more, when I'm talking to energy, it's more than just the different atmospheres and stuff, because, all those have energy. You go into the science and, all these different levels have different energies and stuff, different levels of the atmosphere, sorry. Helps sometimes when I finish a sentence outside of my head so you guys can hear it. Different levels of the atmosphere have, different energies and stuff, but it's more than that. So I want to look at the energy we're talking about is the energy that you perceive around you all the time, okay? It's the energy that you perceive when you're out in nature. It's the energy like when you walk into a room and you know somebody's in a bad mood. You haven't talked to them. You haven't even really maybe seen anything but the back of them, and you're like, whoa, they're not happy, okay? That's the energy that's all around us all the time, okay? And so with bodies and earth, so I'm going to ask you guys a question, and this is a pre-record, so, you can still say what comes up, because oddly enough, I still hear them, which is kind of fun. So what if time wasn't real? So, truth. What are your bodies made out of? Okay? And yes, they're made out of energy. They're made out of magic, and they're made out of light. And I had somebody once say stardust. Sure. And it's like, look at it also. How much does the actual chemical composition of your body have in common with the earth? Water, metals. I mean, really start looking at this. How much of your body, what makes up the chemical composition of your body, is the same as the earth? Okay? It's kind of interesting, isn't it, once you start looking at that? It's very similar. Bodies have water, you have water. Bodies have iron, earth has iron. It has so many similar chemicals. And that's why it's like, before we used to start embalming and all that kind of stuff, why bodies could actually be buried and could go back to the earth, ashes to ashes. This is some of what all that stuff is talking about, you guys. Okay? Back to the earth, give the bodies back to the earth and that kind of stuff. That's because it actually has a very similar connection or similar makeup, okay? And so when we are being with our bodies, and it has a very similar energetic vibration, what if we could also be with the earth in that similar vibrational, okay? And what's interesting is as I'm doing this, I'm well, right now, if you're listening to me, I'm technically on a plane. But while I'm recording this, I am in Dublin, Ireland, and I am staring outside the window. The trees are blowing, and they're just so talking with me and making my body feel light and happy. And this land is so magical. And so it's like, what would the earth like to say to us in our bodies right now? Okay. It's it's really interesting, and it's fun having been here in Ireland. We went, a friend of mine and I, we went to the back roads isn't the right word, countryside of Dublin yesterday. We took a couple hours away from our computers. Yes, folks, it is possible. Take a couple hours away from the computer. We took a couple hours away from the computer, and we went out just to the mountains and a national park here near Dublin. It was about an hour outside. And we just went and we just walked around a little bit, and then we just sat on a rock. And, last week's show we talked about the not seriousness of life, but the fun and laughter of life. And trust me, the planet has a friggin' hilarious sense of humor. I'm telling you. Have you ever, really, when you get out there and you have a good time and you sit and be with the earth, and some people do this so serious, I am communing with nature. Well, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm out in nature, my body goes, and I start to smile, and I kind of giggle. Not like, giggle, that maniacal laughter where they're coming with the white coats and the straitjacket again. But I just find a peace and an ease that my body goes, thank you. And I smile, and everything gets lighter, and things are funner, and laughter actually comes up. And I know some people are like, shh, we're out in nature. You must be quiet. You must be serious. Well, what if that laughter could actually contribute to the earth, okay? So we're going to take a quick little break. When we come back, I'm going to expand a little bit more upon this adventure that we had yesterday with the earth in Ireland, and how it contributed to us, and, well, maybe did we contribute to it also. All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You. We're on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
What if there's nothing wrong with you? What if you're far greater than you've ever given yourself credit for? What if it's time to know the gift and the contribution you are to the world and to like yourself a lot more? Hi, my name is Dane here. 13 years ago I started to truly ask questions. Actually, I started to be the question, and everything changed for me. Asking questions opens doors to infinite possibilities. And it's not about finding the answer, it's about being the question. Always. What I'm inviting you to step into is something that Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, Da Vinci, Gandhi, Picasso, and Aristotle all knew to be true. What if no question is too big or too small? What if anything is possible for you? What if together we could create a kinder, gentler, happier world? Is now the time? Go to beingyouclass.com and sign up for a free video series, My Gift to You. beingyouclass.com. What if you, truly being you, are the gift and change this world requires? beingyouclass.com.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-28 613-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
Hello! Welcome back to Right Body for You. This is your host and your body tour guide and your giggle companion, Donnielle Carter. And I am so proud of myself for actually unmuting myself. Those of you who listened to the laughter program from last week know what I'm talking about. I was being hilarious on the funny show, and I forgot to unmute myself, so how to get better than that? But I have now unmuted myself. I'm very, very excited about this. And the amazing producer, Christine, has reminded me, thank you so much, next week we're going to have a very interesting show, okay? Each week I give you guys a lot of tools, okay? Suggestions like, why don't you do this or ask this question or talk to your body about this. And each week I give you tools that you can implement right that second. You know, the second I give them to you, you can start implementing them to help you change your life, okay? So what the heck does using the tools actually look like, all right? And so what I'm going to do, and this is the first time I've ever done it, so it'll be a fun little experiment, but it feels really expensive, so it'll be fun. I am going to do an on-air session, okay? So what does that mean? So it's like I suggest you talk to your body, ask it questions, be with it, shift and change it. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a whole hour of a live example of this, okay? So you can start to see how combining these tools, yes, each week is amazing and potent, but also putting it together, you know, because I tell you guys, follow the trail. For me, it's like an archaeology dig. It's like, ooh, what's under this layer? What's under this layer? What gold can we find under this layer? What can we get rid of, okay? And so what we're going to do is we're going to do a live on-air session. The tools in action, what the heck does that even look like, okay? So why I'm announcing this now is because I would like to find somebody who has the willingness and vulnerability to be able to be that person, okay? I would like it somebody who I've not really worked with before, and so we can actually have that live in-person, in-action vulnerability, okay? So if this is something that is of interest to you, please email me at Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com, DONNIELLE at accessconsciousness.com, and put in the subject line on-air interview. On-air session. So that, you know, I can start to read through. And then we'll just honestly give me a paragraph of who you are and where you are. I don't want to hear a lot about the problem or whatever it is that you would like to do in the session, because I want that to come up during the session, okay? So just kind of a little brief who you are, where you are, you know, and why you'd like to do this. And then we will read through them and honestly probably just pick one if the energy goes that person, okay? So if you'd like to do that, please email me, Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com, and we'll see if we can have some fun and actually help people to see what all these tools that I give each week, what it's like in action. Cool. All right, so, and we will talk more about that later, and I'm sure the amazing Christine will do a Facebook event for it because she's amazing. I love her for that. One of the many reasons I love Christine. All right, so today we're talking about bodies and earth, okay? And before the break, we were talking about how amazing the earth is, or how amazingly the earth and the bodies have so much in common, okay, at a chemical structural level. And yes, you know, our bodies are made of energy and light and quickly can change, but we've also actually, as us, the infinite being, we've taken elements from this earth to create our body, okay? And so our bodies have this amazing connection to the earth that allows it to receive from the earth, okay? So like I said yesterday, like I said earlier, yesterday, I went out to the wilds of Dublin, the countryside near Dublin, and just sat on a rock. And I allowed the contribution that the earth is to me, to my body. I'm like, oh, that feels amazing. And I just felt better. My body felt better. I was able to come home and be more at ease with everything, okay? And what's interesting about this is, so as we were leaving, my friend and I stopped and we were like, maybe we should contribute to the earth, okay? And when I first heard this concept, I was like, contribute to the earth? What are you smoking? I am this little itty bitty thing on top of this big wide earth. What could I possibly have to contribute to the earth? I am nothing. I'm just tiny. I'm an ant upon the surface. And this is a bunch of the metaphysical stuff we've been taught or religious stuff we've been taught. I am an ant on the surface of the earth. I tread lightly, And it's like, well, if our bodies have a very similar energetic vibration to the earth and we can receive from the earth, what if it's, okay, gentlemen, what if it isn't size that matters? Okay? Everything that brings up, destroyed and uncreated. Right, wrong, good, bad, but all night, boys and beyond. But truthfully, what if it's the size that doesn't matter? Because there is a difference between the infinite being and our bodies, okay? A lot of religion and metaphysical tell us that we are within our bodies. Our bodies are containing who we be. And what if that's not so? Okay? So do this with me. Close your eyes unless you're driving. I always put the disclaimer on. Unless you're driving or operating heavy machinery or something that, you really should have your eyes open for. So if you can, close your eyes and find the outside edges of your body, okay? Find the outside edges of your body. Can you find the top of your head? Can you find the ends of your hair? Can you find your toes? Can you find your fingertips? Okay? Can you find those edges? Yeah, you can. Okay. Now, do this. Find the outside edges of you, the infinite being. Not your body, but you, the infinite being. Are you in the corner of the room? Are you down on the street? Are you with me here on the radio? Okay. Can you actually find the outside edges of you, the infinite being, or are you kind of everywhere you look? Okay. So, right, you're everywhere you look. And so with that, it's like, how can an infinite being that big actually fit into a body where you can find the edges of? So my question to you is, are you in your body, or is your body in you? Okay? And everything that brings up, destroy and uncreate it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, black on ice, boys and beyond. And just use a light, heavy tool with that. What makes you feel light and expansive? That you're in your body or your body is in you. Okay? And this is kind of the difference of embodiment that we talk about in Access. Embodiment is actually embodying this whole reality, not just that you have a physical body. Okay? So with this, your body is in you, and your body is this amazing, amazing awareness mechanism, amazing awareness organism that's constantly giving you information. If you guys have seen the movie Avatar, and if you haven't seen the movie The Avatar, it's okay, and I highly recommend it. I'm a big movie buff. It's a fun movie to watch, okay? And so in this movie Avatar, they're really at one with the earth and the animal, or their planet and the animals and everything. And their avatar bodies actually have a tail that they plug into things. You know, like when they ride their horse-like creature, they actually plug into it and they become one with it. Or they plug into like a type of tree and they kind of become one with the tree and the planet and that kind of stuff. So for me, when I saw this movie, this is how I even began to comprehend, and I'm still deciphering and getting awarenesses on what embodiment looks like. But for me, this is one of the ones, this Avatar movie is where I first went, oh, that's the beginning of what that looks like. Because for me, I look at my body, and it uses a lot of the same chemical composition as the earth. For me, my body is like that tail of the avatar, okay? It is what helps me plug into this planet. It helps me what plugs into the awarenesses of this reality, the awarenesses of the universe. For me, my body is part of that. And that's how I even began to comprehend that my body is in me, okay? That I am not in my body. And so when you have this conduit, when you have this tail, your body, your tail, that is of this earth, you're contributing to the earth with more than just your body. You're contributing to the earth with you, the infinite being, okay? And you're using your body as a way of enabling that. Okay, you're using your body as a way of actually being able to do it. Okay, and yes, I mean, you, the infinite being, can do it also, but it's like how much more. For me, I look at that. It's like, okay, as an infinite being, I can contribute to the earth. Cool. And then when I go, I as an infinite being can contribute to the earth with my body. Whoo, bigger, more expansive. Okay, and so with this, you can actually contribute to the earth, okay? And when I ask you to contribute to the earth, you know, at Access we like to do on 1, 2, 3, contribute, with no thought, no judgment, no expectation of, ooh, I am going to fix this brown grass and it's going to become green. Contribute. No, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just contributing whatever the earth is asking for with no expectation, no point of view, no judgment. Because honestly, guys, having no point of view and no judgment is actually one of the greatest contributions you can give the earth, okay? You know, I'm a student of history, archaeology. I love it. And I also know that in the past 2,000 years, there has been less change on planet Earth than before. And how much of that is simply because we're asking the earth not to change, okay? Like, you know, people in California, in the state of California in the United States, they're like, oh, we love our weather. Please don't rain. Please don't do this. Please don't. Just be still. 60, 70, 80 degree Fahrenheit. Stop there. Okay. So how much of the earth not changing is because we've asked it to? Okay. And if we're that potent, what if we could also contribute to it and let it do whatever is required for it? Okay. So as my friend and I were leaving, we were like, well, what if we contribute to the earth? Okay. And so we did this 1, 2, 3 contribute. Like I said, you can just go contribute, contribute, contribute. You don't have to do the 1, 2, 3. But we kind of like to do it to build the energy of whatever else is possible, okay? So when you do this, it's like 1, 2, 3, contribute. 1, 2, 3, contribute. 1, 2, 3, contribute. 1, 2, 3, contribute. And what was really neat is we could actually feel the earth go, thank you. And how did I feel the earth go? Thank you. My body felt it. Okay. Yes, the infinite being, me, had the awareness of like, oh yes, thank you. But also my body just went, and that was my body giving me information about what was going on for the earth. Okay. All right, we're going to take another quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about pain and the earth. And I also, in the past few weeks, went to Stonehenge. You guys might have heard of that, you know, circle of stones or whatever. And I did a fun little experiment there that I'll tell you guys also about when we come back. All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You on A to Z.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
Hey everybody, this is Dr. Dane here, and I would like to invite you to an adventure in being. I've just written and finished a new book known as Being You, Changing the World. Are you one of those dreamers? One of those people who's always known that other possibilities should be available but haven't yet been able to see them be created? Well, I wrote this book for you. In it, you'll find tools, processes, and unique perspectives to change the things you've always wanted to change but didn't know how. In it, you'll find an invitation to a different possibility for a way that we can be in this world that changes not only our lives, but by being us, allows us to contribute to changing everything planet-wide that doesn't work. Are you aware that truly great people, truly being them, is the only thing that has ever created a great change on this planet? Are you willing to step up? Are you willing to be one? Check out a copy of my new book, Being You, Changing the World. I invite you to go to beingyoubook.com for a free gift.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at A2Zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back to Right Body for You. This is Donnielle. I am your host, your body tour guide, and your giggle friend. And today we're talking about the earth and your body. And what if it could be a contribution to each other? And, before the break, I was telling an experience that I had yesterday, which would have been like 4 weeks ago now at this point, of when the show airs. Because in case you hadn't guessed, we are pre-recorded. It was recorded live in front of a mirror with Christine. The desk I'm at has a mirror in front of it, which is it's a full-length mirror. It's really interesting to do a show on bodies and stare at my body. So it's actually fun. It's a unique contribution to the shows and to the energy of it. I'm actually having a lot of fun with it. All right, so bodies and earth. Before we were talking about how we went out in nature here in Dublin and talked to nature and let it contribute to us, and then we contributed to the earth itself, and that it was really neat because I could actually perceive it saying, thank you. Okay? And what's also fun is a couple of weeks ago, or 5-6 weeks ago at this point, by the time the show airs, I went to Stonehenge. And, Stonehenge is, that circle of rocks out in England somewhere, and that the land itself is really unique. I didn't know this before I got there, but it's actually an open prairie, an open farm or open grass area, naturally. Something in the soil there changes chemical composition. Talk about chemical composition. So it wasn't a bunch of trees and stuff. And so when old man, that's an interesting phrase. When men who had come before us wanted to build this, they're like, ooh, we can do it here. Boom. And so they created the Stonehenge. And so what was really neat is I'm always playing with this contribution that I can be to the earth and that the earth can be to me. One of the things before I knew anything, and yes, knew anything, before I actually acknowledged that I knew anything, one of the greatest ways for me to feel better was to go out into nature and just take a walk. And I didn't know what I was doing. I used to think that, when the wind blows, it would like blow away my problems and whatnot. And I never really comprehended until later how accurate that kind of was. And how my body always felt so much better when I was out in nature. So here I am at Stonehenge, and I always have the Right Body for You workshops and the Right Body for You shows in mind when I'm going to these places, because one of my targets is expanding consciousness and assisting people back to the fun and joy that their bodies can be, and to have more awareness. And it's like, let's change the planet, make the world a better place, that kind of stuff. These are always with me. I'm always asking these questions as I go out. And I have fun with it. I don't do it from serious, like, okay, I'm going to do this and it's going to change the world. I kind of do it from what the hell? We're going to try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, have a good time. And so what I did, it was funny. I got a selfie stick. Woohoo! One of those fun little selfie sticks. So I took a picture of myself in front of Stonehenge. And in that moment, I was like, okay, no contribution from the earth, contribution to the earth, I am walking upon the earth, an ant upon the earth, and that kind of stuff. I'm like, okay, this is the energy I be right now at this moment. And I took a picture, and I still look cute, and I still smile and whatever, right? And then I'm like, okay, drop all my barriers, be vulnerable, receive from the earth, contribute to the earth in this Stonehenge area, right? And so literally it was just like 3 minutes, and it just took me 3 minutes long because I was still figuring out the selfie stick, and sometimes the selfie stick, my phone would just spin. So that was interesting. So I was still figuring that out. So that's why it took me 3 whole minutes to take the next picture, because really the change was instantaneous. So once I allowed all that contribution, the giving and receiving, and the simultaneity, meaning happens at the same time, of the giving and receiving with the earth, I took another picture of myself in front of Stonehenge, and there is a marked difference. It is really interesting to see how different the sparkle in my eyes and my actual energy of my body and how my body looks when I'm allowing the giving and receiving of the energy and when from the earth, and when I'm not allowing the giving and receiving energy of the earth. Hopefully by this time I will have those pictures and the story explained up on Facebook somewhere, and we can tag it with the show, because it's really interesting to see the difference. Now, granted, you look at it, oh, it looks so cute and smiling. Yay, Donnielle in front of Stonehenge. And then 3 minutes later, it's like, oh, wow, Donnielle in front of Stonehenge. How cool is that? The energy is vastly different. And all it is was I was allowing the simultaneity of the giving and receiving of the earth. Okay? And let me emphasize again, the simultaneity of the giving and receiving. Okay? And it makes of the earth. It's not just I receive from the earth. It's like, you know what? You also give to the earth. Okay? And there's a beauty and an elegance in that giving and receiving. So when the earth is actually asking contribution from you, it can show up in many ways. It's like when my friend and I were walking away yesterday, it was like all of a sudden it was just like in our awareness, we're like, hey, you know what? Let's give to the earth. Yes, great idea. Okay, so we gave to the earth. What if that headache you're experiencing is also the earth going, hello, will you give me something? What if that aggravation you're feeling is the earth going, hello, knock, 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 hello, can you contribute something to me? Okay? This dear friend of mine, we were at the very first energetic synthesis of being that was taught by Dane here, and she had these headaches. And Dane was asking her, it's like, well, because when you have a pain, you want to ask, is it mine, someone else, or something else? Okay, who does it belong to, right? There's shows on that. And when you ask who does it belong to and you get something else, it's like 99% of the time something else is the earth, okay? And you want to contribute to it. So he was asking her this question, and she realized she had a great capacity to be aware with her body. Now, her head hurt, And so her body was actually facilitating the awareness of what the earth was asking for. She actually, every time she went, contribute to the earth, 1, 2, 3, contribute, 1, 2, 3, contribute, it began to help dissipate that headache to where it eventually went away. Okay? So again, how much of that pain, suffering, disease in your body is actually the earth going, hello, can you contribute something to me? And because our bodies have that same kind of chemical vibration makeup as the earth, our bodies are a great way for the earth to actually communicate back with us as well. Okay? And what's interesting is I could perceive some people freaking out a little bit now about that. So everything that is and everything that brings up and everywhere we have made communication with the earth a one-way street, that we can only receive, but we can't actually communicate with the body. Would you be willing to destroy and uncreate that place? Cool. Right, wrong, good, bad, for Paco, nice for us boys and beyond. Okay? And then, why I said about aggravation was really interesting. I was at a Access Consciousness event in Costa Rica, and in the afternoon, I was just pissy. You guys ever had that time when you're pissy? Well, we have a tool called Who Does It Belong To? And when you actually use the tool, it's great because you ask, who does it belong to? Mine, someone else, and something else. It's like, oh, I'm pissy in mood. Who does that belong to? Mine, someone else, or something else. And I'm joking about it's great when you use the tool because even though I had the tool, I was pissy. Did I ask who does it belong to? No, I was just pissy. And then when somebody's like, oh, it's your turn to work on the massage table. Did you want to run across? I'm like, no, I don't want to be touched. And I was on a rant. I was on a tantrum. And so I didn't even go to dinner that night. I'm like, And so I go and I go to my bed in my bedroom, and I remember sitting cross-legged on it and just being like, and the chandelier started moving. I'm like, great. Am I putting off so much energy that I am actually making the room move? And then the room began to move a little bit more. And then, we had an earthquake. And all of a sudden, I wasn't pissy anymore. And my body felt better. So it's like, that was actually my pissy attitude. If I had, taken the time to use the tools and gone, oh, who does that belong to? Mine, someone else, or something else, I might have gone, oh, the earth, okay. And I would not have enjoyed the pissy attitude all afternoon that I was rocking. And I was rocking the pissy attitude. Trust me, I can do pissy attitude well. And so what's interesting is we have the awareness of what's going on for the earth and what it's requesting from us, oftentimes through our bodies. So look at that with the pain, which is why the bodies and earth are one of my favorite topics, because it's like, how much of the pain, suffering, disease in your body is just the earth knocking and saying, hey, will you contribute to me? Okay? And when we come back, we're going to take a quick little break. And when we come back, we had a great question of, why does the earth require anything from us? Okay? So we will look at that when we come back in our last segment. It goes so fast. All right, so this is Donnielle. This is Right Body for You, where we are on A2Zen.fm, and we'll be right back.
What if your body could be an ease and not a burden? What would life be like if you could enjoy your body? What if changing your body was easier than we've been taught? And what if it's not about the latest fad? Join Donnielle each week on Right Body for You as she explores what bodies are and the ease of change that's possible. Each week you will receive inspirational stories of those who've used the Right Body for You energetic tools to change their body and the tools that they used, tools that you can begin to use immediately. Listen for Right Body for You every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A2Zen.fm.
When you're pondering the big questions like, is there more than this? How can I have a happy relationship? What would it take to like my body? And how do I make more money? Where do you go for information and tools? Check out the online store at accessconsciousness.com. Accessconsciousness.com has books, DVDs, instant video and audio downloads, online classes, and so much more. Subjects include abuse, changing your body, recovery, raising children, business techniques, tools to generate more money, how to have better sex and healthier relationships, just to name a few. At accessconsciousness.com, you can also find facilitators who teach local classes on a variety of subjects. accessconsciousness.com, your one-stop shop for tools to assist you in changing your life. All of life comes to us with ease, joy, and glory. Go to accessconsciousness.com to learn more.
This is Right Body for You with Donnielle. To participate in the program today, please call in the U.S. 815-880-8255 or Canada 613-800-8763 or UK 4433-0001-0625. You can Skype us at a2zen.fm. Or if you'd like to email a question, please send it to Donnielle at accessconsciousness.com. Now, back to the program.
And welcome back. This is Right Body for You, and this, the voice you hear in your head, Donnielle. Thank you for joining me on this interesting show about the earth and your body, and what if there's a connection, and what if that pain in your body is the earth asking for contribution. And somebody commented it's like interesting energy on this one, and it really is. When you're tapping into the energy of the earth, which we all are all the time, and it's like when we become aware of it and allow more of it, it's an expansive energy of like almost unfathomable to our limited reality mind, and which is fun about like, well, what else is possible with this? And it's like, so somebody asked before, it's like, well, why would the earth actually require contribution from us? And the smart ass answer is, well, why not? Do you feel better when somebody hugs you? But so yes, and what else? Like, there is a symbiotic relationship. Okay, there's a symbiotic relationship between your life and your body. Your life changes, your body changes. Your body changes, your life changes. Well, what if there's also a symbiotic relationship between your body and the earth? In the very first segment, we were talking about how energetically and chemically our bodies and earth are very similar. And so what if, and we can receive from the earth and we feel better. And so what if, so truth, does the earth have a consciousness of its own? Universally, I ask this question universally. Everybody goes, well, yeah. It's like, okay. So what if the earth is asking for contribution to create the change it is needing or doing? In consciousness, we don't stand alone. And what if that consciousness is, the earth doesn't stand alone either? What if the consciousness of the earth is going, hey, buddy, you know what? What can you contribute to me today? And sometimes, and it's like in PODPOC everywhere, you think that contribution to the earth is stopping the earthquakes or stopping the tsunamis or anything, or stopping the fires. What if contribution to the earth is just allowing that to happen with more ease? Okay? It's really interesting. I lived in Houston, Texas for a couple of years, and Houston, Texas in the United States is a swamp, you guys. It was originally a swamp. When the original city called Galveston, which is on the coast, got hurricaned, proper English, folks, had a hurricane, got destroyed, a couple of brothers, what they did is they moved inland, dredged the swamp, and made Houston, Texas, okay? And so what's interesting with Houston, Texas is when you're there, and hey, if you come play with us in September, we can look at that, okay? Actually, that would be a lot of fun. I just got all tingly at that. You can actually perceive the energy there, because what's interesting in Houston is so many of the people there have the point of view of like, okay, don't change, don't be a swamp, don't be a swamp, that it's not. There's not alligators running around or anything, but every once in a while you can still have like pockets of reed, like bayou water almost popping up and things like that. And so what's interesting is as you're in the city, when you're talking to the earth and being aware of the earth, you can feel the earth underneath going, can I be a swamp? No, okay, no. Can I be a swamp? No. Okay, no. Can I be a swamp? No. Okay, no. And so it's always like this energy of being a swamp is so underneath everything in the city that it's really interesting. That it's like, I don't wish anything harm upon Houston, but it'd be really interesting if Houston was empty for whatever reason, how fast it would turn back into a swamp. Okay? And so if we have that much potency, so the earth is asking for us to contribute to it. And like I said, sometimes the contribution could just be like, if you're having a baby, literally, physically, if you women out there are having a baby, and or if you're wanting to throw up, male or female, if you're wanting to throw up, what if it is something that is required for you and your body? And what if contribution from somebody else can actually make that easier? Okay? And so that's kind of how it is with like the earthquakes and the floods and stuff like that. It's not always about stopping it, because sometimes that is necessary for the creation of consciousness, sometimes necessary for the creation of the earth, because the earth is a dynamic change. Like I said, Houston used to be a swamp. Salt Lake City used to be a huge his prehistoric lake. It's really interesting. So check this out. So this week, what I want you guys to do is to go out and be with nature. Okay? Let it contribute to you, and then you contribute to it, and see how that feels with you and your body. And then take it to the next step. Be in your apartment building, be in your house, be in an airplane, and do the same contribution, and see if there's any difference between you being standing on the earth, in the grass, or in the building. Because what the materials of the houses and stuff like that are also from the earth. So really, are we ever disconnected from the earth just because we're in a building? Are we honestly disconnected from the earth and what we have defined as earth only? Okay? So I know this one was very interesting. Please listen to it again. I know I'm going to, because when I allowed, I'm like, okay, Earth, I said that earlier, I'm like, okay, Earth, what would you like to contribute and say? I began speaking about this in a way I hadn't before. So I know that's the Earth using me to say, hey guys, this is what's going on. So I am also going to be listening to this again. So thank you all for your contribution. Thank you, the Earth, for its contribution. 3, contribute to the Earth. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everybody. All right, so remember, next week we're going to do a special unique show. What does actually using the tools look like? So on-air session, email me at Donnielle@accessconsciousness.com if you would like to be in the running for choosing that. And we'll see what it is. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And please check out the teleseries we have coming up. The myths about bodies we learned as children. You can go to DonnielleCarter.accessconsciousness.com and sign up for that. It's August 11th, 12th, and 13th. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun. The energy of that call those series of calls just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I keep getting more myths. I'm like, I don't know if 3 days is enough. There's so many. The earth and the bodies are telling me so many things that they want to dispel the myths that we've been taught. So check that out. It's a 3-part teleseries, boom, 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 really quick. And if you do want to come play with us in Houston, formerly the Swamp, and perceive some of the energy and work with that, and maybe actually be able to shift and change some of that pain in your body, because what if it's the earth asking for it? Come play with us at the Right Body For You workshop in Houston. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to make that a big party. We might even go to Tiffany's and see what type jewelry your body likes to play with. Gems and jewelry, that's a whole other thing. All right, so you guys have a great week. Enjoy your body. Enjoy the earth. Play with it. Make it a fun week. Make it a happy week. And be back next week, because you know what? I will be. Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for listening to Right Body For You. Donnielle will return next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, and 11 a.m. Pacific on A to Zen.fm. We hope you and your body will join us.